Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. For all of you who were just with me, we were doing resolutions for the new year. Happy New Year for all of you. Thank you for joining me. We are doing the resolutions for all the signs. So, thank you for joining me. Happy New Year. And I don't know if the link is down there, but I do have a gift for you on my website, and I'll add the link shortly. The link is taking you to a download that you can get. No, it's absolutely free. You don't have to enter any of your payment information whatsoever. And when you download, it is like a vision board. It's a bingo card. The first one who gets a full line wins, and I'll give them whatever they want to choose off my website. Absolutely free. And then after we get a winner, then the next grand prize winner would be the one who gets the whole board filled. All right. So let's be grateful for something this year that's happened. And we're moving on to the new year. And let's start with all the signs, shall we? So, Aries. Yes, get your free download. Aries. Oh, sorry. I'm Oh, Aries. Well, your resolution is no longer needing to prove yourself. You're going to choose. No longer needing to validate and prove yourself. Now you're going to start to choose. You're going to stop rushing into any situations that drain you. Pause before reacting or being reactive, and choose a direction over impulses. Your power will begin when you move with intention and not the adrenaline. I'm seeing here right now that you are deciding to move towards love. There is a new love here for you, and it's time for you to do it because you are aligning with your divine feminine. You are feeling through with your sacral energy. You know this is a commitment that you really want, and you're not just it's not just in the head. You know this is something that you deserve. You have worked for it. You're aligning as a divine feminine. This is your year. I'm seeing in the past you had to keep on leaving. You never felt aligned. And it was because you were trying so hard to align with your manifestation. You wanted your manifestation. And so, because it wasn't aligning with you, you were trying so hard to make it align. But, you know, as honest as what you are, you just felt that everyone wasn't aligning with you. And so you didn't become the leader. You weren't in your energy here. You were upside down. And so it's time for you not to move fast, to take it slow, one day at a time. You are going to stop rushing into those situations that drain you. You're going to pause before reacting, and you're going to choose the direction over impulse, just like I said. All right. So, Aries, that is for you. Taurus. Oh, Aries. Sorry, I misforgot. Hey, Bodhi. Abundance. Love it. All right. Aries, your card is saying understanding and clearing conflict for you. And let me see, where's your number? So this, oh, it's backwards, isn't it? This is 39. Is it backwards here? I'm sorry if it's backwards. 39119488061. All right, Aries. That is for you. Next on Taurus. What is your resolution, Taurus? I had some really nice feedback today. A client of mine, actually, I had a couple of clients having past life regressions, and they've given me some really great feedback over the past week. And one cannot get over the changes that's happened to them since their clearing. All right, look at you, Taurus. All right, so Taurus, I see your resolution to raise your standards and to trust your value and worth. This year for you, Taurus, stop settling for comfort that costs you your peace. You're to receive more and not feel guilty about it. You need to allow stability to come to you without you overworking and burning yourself out. Right now, I see you a little stressed out. You've been overdoing it. You're a little anxiety. You're a little overwhelmed. And energetically, you're not in alignment. And I see in the past, it had a lot to do with you trying to conform to other people's traditions and values. And so secretly, you just want to get along with everybody. You just want everybody to see how loving and supportive you are. And so the thing is, you know the truth of your perception. You know your shadow side. You know the work that you've done. You know the secrets have come out. And there is no secrets. There is no secrets between you and the other person. You don't know how to go forward in anything because you have been um, not allowing your standards to guide you so far. I'm seeing here that you need to see the value in yourself. You need to trust your worth, and you need to receive more without any guilt. Just like I had said, it's time for stability to come in without overworking, and stop settling for comfort that costs you your peace. Because you have here as your last card, King of Pentacles. And so you started off the energy of the Nine of Swords, and you end up as the King of Pentacles. But I see here that what's been stressing you out is you're not in your leadership energy, and it's been stressing you out. All right. And Taurus, for your manifesting number, stress relief, 409-17082. To get rid of that stress. I don't know how the cards always all align, but that really just, I'm always so aligned. All right, Gemini, this one's for you. I love that chat, Saran, the observer. I love the support. Gemini, looks like you're in your head. When are you not in your head? All right. Well, Gemini, your resolution this year, speak with purpose, listen to your intuition. because it looks like you're not choosing conversations that elevate you. You are saying less, but you're meaning more. And it's time for you to trust what you feel, not just what you think. Your clarity is going to sharpen when you slow down your mind because it looks like you haven't been stepping into what you deserve. Looks like you've been in your head quite a bit. And because of it in the past, things didn't go anywhere. Things didn't go the way that it should. And I'm seeing here it's because you've been too stubborn. Maybe you're a little too hard headed and you didn't want to give to this energy. You stopped it yourself. And it's because you were blocking this opportunity of a new venture with this person. And so this is a karmic block. And because of this karmic block, it is time for you to understand that this was your responsibility, your duty, your stress to release it. This is something that you needed to let go of. This was your karmic doing. And if you will not put your foot down and be able to move this rock yourself, then nobody else is going to do it. So it's a burden that you keep on lifting. And until you get rid of it, release it, do it yourself, you are not going to receive your true gift. All right. What is your number, Gemini? You're going to manifest intense love. 956359176. Intense love. All right, Cancer. And for all of you who have been wondering, I am just about hitting my 4,000. So I thank you for each and every single one of you who have watched my videos. Keep on watching my videos and have been loving my videos because as I've hit my 4,000, YouTube will gladly keep on supporting me so I can keep supporting you. All right, so that's wonderful. I also have some memberships, and this is only because when I do reads, I find sometimes people want to really go in depth. And so, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go and do the reads, but they're going to be more of smaller reads. And then for members only, I'll go and do extended, same as for reads for the signs. If we're up to it, I can certainly switch over and do members only and do extended so we can go deeper in. And so this way I won't get so, trying to find a way to have enough strength and energy to keep going sometimes. I don't know if anybody was part of the live that I just had this past weekend, and it was like over 4 hours long. I was fine, but it was just ongoing and ongoing, and it just didn't want to stop. And I don't mind, it's fine, but this way I'll be able to switch over to members only because I want to make sure that the members getting taken of care of. All right, Cancer. And the members is only $2.99 Canadian, so that's not even so hard. Cancer, it looks like there's an apology taking place here. All right. I've got the King and Queen of Swords here. All right. So we have a divine masculine and divine feminine right side by side here. All right. That is interesting. So Cancer, this is must be about your masculine, your feminine. Your year, your resolution this year is to stop overgiving and start protecting your energy. This year is asking you to release any emotional labor that wasn't reciprocal to you. I'm just moving one of my big stones here. Anything that's not reciprocal for you, nurture yourself the way that you're nurturing others. It seems like you're a people pleaser and overdoing it quite a bit. So it's time for you to create some emotional safety on your own terms. You're learning that love doesn't require self abandoning situations. So, does that sound like you, Cancer? Well, I do see here that you're in people pleasing ways. All right. You're here trying to be people pleasing because in the past, it's worked out for you. In the past, you have gone to great lengths because of people pleasing and making people feel good. But that's because you're a giver. You're constantly needing to give your energy. You like to support. You like to provide. You are a provider, and it's natural for you. Now, here is your masculine and feminine energy here, right side by side. It's showing here that you were, being logical and being in your head, and you were trying your hard to be disciplined and be truthful, and you were trying to like everything has to be this way. But what's happening was you were shutting down the possibility of a situation that could actually go somewhere. And, that had a lot to do with you releasing a karmic block that you knew wasn't for you. And because of it, it sent you on a journey where you really had to seek inside and seek for the truth of what was this all about, because it was the hardest thing you had to do. This was the hardest thing you had to do. You know, you had to be clear in your head. Why do I feel like I need to say I'm sorry to someone that I thought I knew what I was doing? But it seems like maybe after all, looks like your New Year's resolution was just to stop putting others first before you. Your number, yeah, stop putting others before you, but what do you want? What is it that you could get from the universe? How about intense love? You're another one that's getting intense love. 956 359 176. Must be between a Gemini and Cancer. You both got the same card. All right, Leo. Dropping some petals. My lovely flowers. All right, Leo. What's going on with you, Leo? Interesting, Leo. It's here talking about a relationship. All right. Your resolution this year is I'm allowing myself to be seen without performing. I did a video about that. So 26 is going to invite you to lead, not dramatically, but be authentic. It's going to teach you how to rest without feeling guilty about it, and to be admired for who you are and not about what you do and what you produce and what you give, but just to be admired because of who you are. Your magnet. magnetism is going to deepen this year. So here you are. I see here that you are focusing on why your relationships seem to not lead to commitments. You seem to be having lots of potential of relationships that don't seem to go into a commitment. And so it seems like they don't really see who you are. So, do you want a commitment, or is it that if you do want a commitment, is it because they don't see that you want one? Because I see here that, you have this partnership, but it's not going anywhere. It's not a commitment. It's not long term. And in the past, you made a decision to control that type of behavior. That's what you wanted. That's what you wanted in the past. And that's because you felt hopeless that a relationship could stay long term. But you've learned a thing or two. And one thing, you're not as innocent because you've been around a little bit, Leo. I'm seeing here that you don't want to go back to anybody you've been with before. And so that's the thing. It's time for you to call in your masculine because you haven't really experienced it yet. And you just feel that it's not destined, it's not time. And there's a possibility maybe it's not yet because you need to see who you are. You need to lead as the masculine. You need to rest when you are tired, and you need to be admired yourself, not by the action or the work that you do. All right, Leo, your card. For anybody who's jumping on and hoping I'm doing free readings, I'll be doing those tomorrow. Leo, twin flame attraction, 9240178. Because there is something here that is changing you, that relationship, you no longer want to just play. You're looking for a reason to stay. Okay, Virgo. What's happening for you this year? What's happening for you this year, Virgo? Well, Virgo, it looks like you've been releasing some heavy karmic energy. I'm seeing for you, your resolution for 2026 is I release perfection and trust the timing. You're going to let things unfold. You're going to accept good enough, and you're going to allow support instead of fixing everything. Your life will become lighter when you stop micromanaging your fate. Well, Virgo, I see here that you've been having a toxic relationship here that you've been releasing. It was clear that it turned to be karmic, and it was a lesson that you needed to let go of. And here you are letting it go as you're going into 2026. In the past, they got you to wait. 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 And you waited and you waited and you waited. And that was because this was not your person. I'm sorry to tell you, it was just not your person. And that's because your man, your person, your person will treat you fair. Your person will show up the way it's time that you see that you had really, really, really high standards and you wouldn't let anybody who was good in there. But it's time for you to let things unfold. It's time for you to let things happen because it seems like it's never getting anywhere. You keep giving and giving and giving, and nothing seems to get started. And you just don't understand why. And that's why your standards are so high. You expect perfection, and nobody's ever good enough. So this year, just allow things to unfold naturally without the micromanaging. Allow it to be whatever it is and trust that it all works out perfectly, even better than you thought it will. Let's see what your number will be. This is my year. I'm a Virgo, everybody. I'm a Virgo. I'm a Virgo with Leo moon and Scorpio rising. Romance, Virgo. You're going to have some romance. 973594066. Get some romance coming your way, Virgo. All right, Libra. All right, Libra. Let's see what your resolution is saying for us now this year. All right, Libra. Libra, what is 2026 bringing you? Oh, dropping cards everywhere. Libra, what is 2026 giving you? I just felt like I needed to do a few flips. All right, Libra, what is 2026 giving you? All right, Libra. Looks like it's time for you to choose alignment over approval. 2025, 2026, going into 2026 is saying stop compromising your truth for harmony. Say no without any explanation. Just say no. And create balance by honoring yourself first because peace comes when you stop negotiating your needs. You see, you've been healing. I'm seeing you healing. And you've been healing because you haven't been receiving your abundance. You haven't been manifesting anything you want. And things have been a little tight. It's been really tough. And I'm seeing here it's been constant trauma. And so now that you see that you've lost some money or lost maybe your job or something is going on here where you're struggling a little bit. And so in the past, you didn't want to do the inner work. You wanted to be around somebody that you didn't want to let go. And unfortunately, the desire wasn't there. Things are just, you just don't want anybody else but somebody in your head, and you know it. Sometimes you've noticed that you try to have that with somebody and things just get a little toxic. And that's because you've been trying to build this with someone you love or someone you know or someone that felt comfortable with. And you've been trying so hard to try to get along with somebody who didn't want to. I see here it's time for you to get clear in your mind who it is you want, because you try so hard to be with somebody and then it just doesn't do it for you. So you're trying to figure out what's going on. Libra, if you haven't had a chance, read my book, because I do have a book called Beyond uh, oh my gosh, what's the name? Beyond uh, fa- uh, Fatuation. And it is about limerence. Hello, Izzy. Happy New Year, Izzy. Um, once I'm done this, I will be handing out my Queen book for 50% off with the Queen, how to manifest like a queen. So, and there is a free download for everybody to get your manifesting bingo card. All right, Libra, your number, your resolution for Libra, romance. Libra, this is your number to manifest, because your resolution is you're going to choose alignment over approval. 973-594066. Happy New Year, Izzy. Scorpio. I'm doing reads for personal reads tomorrow, not today. Scorpio. All right, Scorpio. Your resolution for 2026. I release control and trust the transformation. Yes. This year for you, Scorpio, I see that you're loosening your grip on outcomes. You're going to allow emotional rebirth and you're going to let endings be clean and final. I am a rising and I'm telling you, this was hard. The power isn't holding on, it's knowing when to let go. Because I see here that the person that you wanted to be your dream man won't initiate, won't take the lead, won't do anything here. And in the past, you had a toxic relationship. It was influencing you, and you think anything is better than that. But it looks like subconsciously you are dealing with some inner child needs. And I'm seeing here that a cycle is not closed off. And so it feels like you have abandonment issue here. So I'm seeing that you need to not move ahead in victim mentality. You need to watch how you think, how you manifest, and you're coming from lack. So remember in my last video when we were talking about manifesting, it was really important that you do certain rituals that will allow you to clear that block, so that heart wall clearing and unity consciousness be seen would be absolutely beneficial to you. All right, Scorpio, let's get your card. You got to repair yourself on a cellular level. Where are you? 518-491-31961. All right, Sagittarius, you're next. All right, Sagittarius. So for you, your resolution is you grounding your vision and following through this year. I see you, Sagittarius. You've been working on some pretty intense energies here. Yes. Sagittarius, 2026 is going to bring for you a commitment to long-term goals, discipline without any restrictions, and expansion. And it's going to be sustainable for you. Your freedom is going to grow when you give yourself that dream structure. So you really need to manifest here. And you are welcome to go download that free document that I created for you to manifest with your manifest bingo. It's great. It's fun. And you can put your little vision board, and every time you get your vision board, an item that you manifest, you get to cross it off, just like bingo. I'm seeing here that you're getting rid of a karmic energy here. It looks like something that you had to walk away from, and it was something that was no longer serving you. It was actually putting you in victim mentality and really harming your manifestations here. I'm seeing here that it's because you're too stubborn, or they are. And I'm seeing here that you know you're worthy. You know that you are a king. You know that you deserve everything. You know that discipline is your birthright to bring in expansion. And I see here that you've been releasing any toxic energies. You were not very clear in your mind. I'm seeing here Queen and King of Swords side by side. So this is definitely about the masculine that you thought it was, but you're not. This is not your person. I'm seeing here that it's time for you to be ending any toxic connections that no longer resonate with you. Not saying that the connection was not to be anymore, it was the way the connection was. Any toxic connections have to be now released from you. No longer align with toxic connections. Capricorn. Oh, almost forgot your card, Sagittarius. Shower of Love, 7777. Write this number down on your water. Remember, we just had our bottle of water, and I like that one. I'm going to write this one down energetically. I like that one. I wrote it down my water. Fusing it with my numbers and taking that in. All right. Capricorn, you're next. And what did I say? Queen New York sorry. Queen New Year's Eve. So we are going to do Queen NYE is the code to get your book Manifest Like a Queen for 50% off. And I'll give one away tomorrow. All right, Capricorn, your resolution, you Define success on your own terms. I'm seeing that this year is going to invite you to soften your relationship with the ambition. You're going to value rest as being productive too. You are going to build a life that feels good, not just impressive, because I see here that you have been pushing away and denying yourself um you've been pushing away and denying any negativity that has been thrown at you. It just seems like every single time, anytime anything has happened, you didn't defend yourself. You just kind of like push it away and say, ah, you didn't want to look at it. And in the past, you were desired. You had it going on. But, you were working through some healing of your victim mentality. You didn't realize who you were. And here you are, full and complete. You got it going on. You got everything checked off the boxes. You got it going on. And what's happened is, there's still some inner child healing that has to be done. You haven't still had all the news that you've been looking for, but that's all right. This is not your first rodeo. You've been doing a lot of work for some time and you're not doing things by the book like everyone else does. You are ready to finally receive. But the thing is, you're learning that fulfillment is real legacy because you're getting everything that you ever wanted. All right. So I have here for you romance, Capricorn. Romance. This is your number. This is your number for on your water. All right. Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. Your resolution, I honor my uniqueness without isolating myself. This is all about alignment. You want a deeper emotional connection. You want to let people truly get to know you. You want to be seen. You want to share your ideas without needing to cut down and detach yourself. Be seen. That video would be so great for you. Your future is going to expand when you let yourself belong. And that's the thing I'm showing here in your energy. It just seems like you're feeling disconnected. You're feeling like you're not having the deep emotional connections that you really wanted or thought you could have. You seem to be not manifesting those great relationships. And in the past, you were a people pleaser. You're always the one to say sorry, and somebody's not showing up and saying sorry like they should. And I'm seeing here that this was something that happened quite frequently, and every time you seem to be happy, you were a people pleaser. It gave you pleasure to be pleasing others. But sometimes things happen where you have no control, and something happened where you are not always in control of that situation. And so you you were going through a very unique experience here, and things felt they were always happening. And so you're trying so hard to have that deeper emotional connection, not to feel disconnected. But this is what healing karmic lessons mean. And that's the thing. Your resolution, it's time for you to have a deeper emotional connection and then now to finally feel seen. And your number is about self-esteem. 581-895-174-9814. Self-esteem. Pisces, you're the last one for all the signs. In January, we have the North Node going from Pisces into Aquarius. Into, I don't know what that came from, into Aries. So you're going to find everyone are going to be acting kind of strangely aggressive, a little, going from emotional to aggressive because everybody's been very emotional lately. And Aries is very leadershipy. All right. So Pisces, I see yourself, your resolution is I ground my magic in reality. This year is going to ask you to turn your dreams into action, to protect your energy, and to trust discernment over fantasy. No limits for you. Your intuition is going to become unstoppable when paired with boundaries. And so, this is what I'm looking at here. Pisces, you've been taking on burdens. They're not balanced. You've been taking on more than your share. And hello, Jessica, you've been taking on more than your share. And I see in the past, you know, you knew the truth and you knew it was something that you needed to get logical and you had to make a plan and you thought, okay, this is fair. So you took on your responsibilities, but now it's kind of like it's one sided. And so that's only because in the past you were trying to be not codependent. You wanted to be very independent here. And what I'm seeing here is this was a fated situation. You had no control over it. It was time for that cycle to finish itself. And it was a cycle that needed to wrap up. But right now, you're not clear. You're not clear if you need to go or if you should stay. But there's a choice that you have to make. And that choice is, what do you want? And make sure that you choose yourself, self sovereignty, as Saren, the observer, has said. It's time for you to ground your magic in reality. No more limerence, no more fantasy, no more emotional abuse. It's time for you to have boundaries. All right. And your number, unexpected money. That's the number I put on my bottle. I love unexpected money. All right. And for the collective, anybody who's watching this tonight, the collective, I'm showing here. Unfortunately, you are in a victim mentality and you feel that it's never going to fix itself. You're destined for this negativity cycle, but your resolution is everything is aligning perfectly for me. I do not have to resist this because I trust that everything now will shift for me. You see, in the past, you didn't get the news that you expected. The year didn't go the way that you thought. There was a lot of things that was about manifestation, and you didn't do the things that you needed to. Tonight is your night. You see, you're a giver. You love to give. You love to do everything for everyone else. But you haven't been able to have opportunities for yourself. You've been stressed out. You've been taking on a lot, and nobody's been supporting you. So now it's time for you to put yourself first and say, what do I want? And write it down and do the video so that you can clear your heart, expand your heart, and allow it to flow. Allow yourself to put down that vision board, all those photos, and know that they are yours now. So I love you all. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching my videos. Because of you, I can finally lead my new year with my 4,000 hours, finally allowing me to be monetized and accepted and supported so I can now support you. All right, much love. I'll see you tomorrow when we do our mini reads. I need to get some rest. All right, love you all. That's a huge win. Love you all.